Welcome everybody to this Sunday morning service here at Salt and Light Christian Church. The story that I have for you all this morning is about the father of the Methodist denomination of Christianity, John Wesley. John lived in the early 1700s, and he was born to a staunch Christian family. His father was a devout Anglican minister, and he raised his children to know God and to learn Scripture. He had them all, when they were young, memorize large swaths of Scripture, and he even taught his children Greek and Hebrew so that they could read the Bible in the original text. And so, when John was a young boy, there was a house fire that he ended up being stuck in, and he was rescued out of this house fire from a second-story window, with two men rescued him, one standing on the other guy's shoulders to reach the second-story window and pull the young boy, John, at the time, out of that burning house. And his mother gave God the credit for saving her son, and took that as a sign that God had more to use her son in his life. So as John grew up, he followed in the footsteps of his father, and he became a minister himself. And he had set up a journey to go and evangelize in the colony of Virginia. And on his voyage, he went from England to Virginia, and on his voyage they came across some rough seas and some stormy weather. And understandably, John and most of the crew, most of the people on board, were quite afraid, worried for their lives. However, there were a group of German Christians that were on that voyage as well, who, despite the stormy weather and the fear surrounding them, took this time to sing praises to God and showed no fear in themselves. And John spoke to them about this, curious about how they could be so calm and not worried. And they even said that they were not afraid for their own lives or for the lives of their children, because they knew that God had their backs, and that even if they were to die there, God would protect them and take them home. And this experience grew a newfound faith in John Wesley. And this experience changed him. He went on after this to evangelize all over the colonies and all over England as well. And eventually, he went on to found the beginnings of what would become the Methodist movement and the Methodist denomination. But because of that storm, of that instance in his voyage, God used that moment of fear in that storm and the hardship of that travel to change John's heart and to reveal a new part of who God is to John that day. And so, through that storm, John Wesley's faith grew to new heights, and God went on to use him to reach hundreds of thousands of people for the gospel. And so we can see how God uses the storms and the difficulties in our lives to raise us to new heights with him. So thank you. Let's bring the music up.